what exactly evolution. To understand the changes in flora and fauna that have occurred over millions of years, we must have an understanding of the context of origin of life. That is the evolution of Earth stars and ended in the universe itself. What follows is the long list of all the consistent and context. Here is history. This is the story of origin of life and evolution of life or biodiversity on planet Earth in the context of evolution of Earth and against the background of evolution of universe itself. Origin of life. When we look at the history of clear night sky, we are in a way looking back in times. Stellar distance are measured in light. Stellar distance are measured in light years. What we see today is an object whose immediate light started its journey millions of years back and from trillions of kilometers away. Millions of years back and trillions of kilometers away, reaching our eyes now. However, when we see an object in our immediate surrounding, we see them instantly and hence in the present, and therefore, when we see stars, we apparently are peeping into the past. The origin of life is considered a unique event in the history of the universe. The universe is a vast, relatively speaking. The Earth itself is almost only a speck. The universe is the universe is old, almost 20 billion years old. Huge cluster of galaxies compares the universe. The universe is 20 billion years old. A huge cluster of galaxies compares the universe. Galaxies contain stars, clouds of gas, and dust. Considering the size of the universe, Earth is indeed a speck. The Big Bang theory attempt to explain to us the origin of the universe. It talks about a singular huge explosion, unimaginable in physical terms. The universe expanded and hence the temperature came down. Hydrogen and helium formed sometime later. The gases condensed under gravitation and formed the galaxies of the Earth's present-day universe. In the solar system of the Milky Way galaxy, Earth was supposed to have been formed 4.5 billion years back. There was no atmosphere on Earth. Water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, ammonia released from molten mass covered the surface. Water vapor, methane and carbon dioxide and ammonia released from the molten mass covered the surface. The UV rays from the sun broke up water into the hydrogen and oxygen, and lighter H2 escaped. Oxygen combined with ammonia and methane to form water, CO2, and other. The ozone layer was formed. As it could, water vapor failed as rain to fill the depression on formed ocean. That's up to 500 million years after the formation of Earth, almost 4 billion years back. The life comes from outer space. Some scientists believe that it comes from outer space. Early Greek thinker thought unit of life sports were transferred from a different planet into universe. Panspermia is still a favorite idea for some astronomers. For a long time, it was also believed that life come out of decaying and rotting matter like straw. And this was the theory of the spontaneous generation. Louis Pasteur by Kepler experiments demonstrated that life comes from pre-existing life. He shows that pre-existing flux life did not come from the killed east, while in another flux open to air new living organism arose from killed east. Spontaneous generation theory was dismissed once and for all. However, this did not answer how the first life form came on Earth. Operating Russia and Hardin of England proposed that the first form of life could have come from pre-existing non-living organic molecules, example RNA, protein, etc. That formation of life was preceded by chemical evolution. Life could have come from pre-existing non-living organic matter, example RNA, protein. That formation of life was preceded by chemical evolution. Chemical evolution said formation of life was chemical evolution. That is formation of diverse organic molecules from inorganic constituents. The condition on Earth where high temperature volcanic storms reducing atmosphere containing CH4, NH3, etc. In 1923, as an American scientist created similar condition of a laboratory scale. He created electronic discharge in a closed glass containing methane, hydrogen, ammonia, and water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius. He observed formation of amino acids. In similar experiment, others observed formation of sugars, nitrogen bases, pigments, and fats. Analysis of molecular content also reveal similar compound indicate that the similar processes are occurring elsewhere in space. With this limited evidence, the first part of a conjecture study that is chemical evolution was more or less accepted. We have, we have no idea about how the first self-replicating metabolic capsule of life arose. The first non-cellular form of life could have originated 3 billion years back. They would have been giant molecules, RNA protein. First life 3 billion years back. Polysaccharide, etc. These capsules reproduce their molecules. Perhaps the first cellular form of life did not possibly originate until about 200, 2000 million years ago. That is 2 billion years ago. First cellular entities were probably single cell or were in water environment only. This version of biogenesis, that is the first form of life, how slowly through evolutionary process from non-living molecules, is accepted by the majority. However, once formed, how the first cellular form of life would have evolved into complex biodiversity of today is a fascinating issue that will be discussed below. Diagrammatic representation of Miller experiment. CH2, CH4, NH3, H2O, H2O spark here at 800 degrees Celsius. Vacuum water out, water in condenser, water in liquid water, boiling water. Creation of a life form and a theory. Conventional religious literature tells about the theory of specification. This theory was three conditions: one, that all living organisms that we see today were created as such; two, that the life system was always same since creation and it will be the same in future also; three, that Earth is about 4,000 years old. All these ideas have been strongly challenged during the 19th century based on the observation made during sea voyage in a sail ship called MHS Figure. Around challenge and concluded that the existing living forms share similarities to varying degrees not only among themselves but also within the life form that existed millions of years ago. Charles Darwin concluded that existing life forms share similarities to varying degrees not alone from themselves but also with the life form that existed millions of years ago. Many such life forms do not exist anymore. There had been extinction of different life forms in the years gone by, just new form of life arose at different periods of history of Earth. There has been gradual evolution of life forms. Any population has built imitation in characters, those characters which enable some to survive better in natural conditions, climate, physical, could outbreed other than that are less into survive under such natural conditions. The body is the fitness of the individual or population. The fitness according to the biomedical ultimately and to reproductive fitness. The fitness according to Darwin refers ultimately and only to reproductive fitness is reproductive fitness, and those who are better fit in the environmentally more progeny than others. This therefore will survive more, hence are selected than nature. He called it natural selection and amplified it as a mechanism of evolution. It is also remembered Alfred Wallace and natural who worked in Malay, her archipelago had also come to similar conclusions around the same time. Malay archipelago में अल्फ्रेड वालेस में भी यही सिमिलर कंक्लूजन दिया रिप्रोडक्टिव फिटनेस वाला सिमिलर रिप्रोडक्टिव फिटनेस वाला जो कि अपना एचएमएस 2004 में दिया था. In due course of time, apparently new types of organisms are recognizable. All existing life forms share similarities and share common ancestry. All existing life forms share similarities and share common ancestry. In due course of time, apparently new types of organisms are recognizable. All existing life forms share similarities and share common ancestry. However, these ancestors were represented at different periods in the history of each epochs, periods, and eras. The geological history of Earth closely correlated with the biological history of Earth. A geological history of each closely correlate with biological history of Earth. Geography correlate करता है with biological history of Earth. A common permissible conclusion is that the Earth is a very old, not thousands of years as was thought earlier, but billions of years old. Evidence that evolution of life forms has indeed taken place on the Earth has come from many quarters. Fossils are remain hard as part of a life form, rock forms in rocks. Rocks are sediment, and the cross section of a earth crust indicate the arrangement of sediment one over the other during the long history of Earth. Different acid rock element rock sediments contain a fossil of different life forms who probably died during the formation of the particular sediment. Some of them appear similar to the modern organism. They represent extinct of the extinct organism. Example dinosaur. Actually, a fossil in a different sedimentary layer indicates the geological period in which they existed. The study shows that the life forms varied over time and certain life forms are restricted to certain geological time spans. Hence, new forms of life have arisen at different times in the history of Earth. All this is called paleontological evidence. Do you remember how the ages of fossils are calculated? Do you recollect them and radioactive dating the principle behind the procedure? Biological support for evolution was also proposed by Ernst Haeckel. Ernst Haeckel ने प्रपोज किया था embryological support for evolution. Evolution support for evolution. Based upon the observation of certain studies in brain, is still common to all vertebrates that are present in the upstream island. For example, the inclusion of all vertebrates, including human, develop a raw of vestigial gill slits just behind the head, but it is a functional organ only in fish and not found in any other adult vertebrates. The embryo of all vertebrates, including human, develop a row of vestigial gill slits just behind the head, but it is a functional organ only in fish and not found in any other vertebrate. However, this proposal was disproved on careful studies by Ernst Haeckel, where he noted that embryo never passed through the adult cells of the animal. Ernst Haeckel, based on the observation about certain features in embryonic issues common to all vertebrates that are present in, for example, the embryos of all vertebrates, including human, develop a row of vestigial gill slits just behind the head, but it is a functional organ only in fish, not found in any other vertebrate. However, this was on careful study performed by Ernst where he noted that the embryo never passed through the adult stage of other animals. Comparatively, anatomy and morphology show similarities and differences among organisms of today and those that existed years ago. Stereotokus, Brachiosaurus सबसे लंबा, Archosaurus, crocodilian से Pteranodon उड़ने वाले पक्षी, Tyrannosaurus, the carnivores, सबसे बड़े जो ट्राइसेप्टर तीन फिंगर, Stegosaurus. Testimonials can be interpreted to understand whether the common ancestors were shared or not. For example, bears and cheetah of human or animals share similarities in the pattern of bones of prelim. Though these volumes perform different functions in their animal, they have similar anatomical structure. All of them have humerus, radial, anacarpus, metacarpus, and skeleton in their volume, and this the same structure developed along the different direction due to the adaptation to different game. It is a divergent evolution in diverse scale, and this structure are called homologous divergence. So, homology indicates common ancestry. Other example, homology indicate common ancestry. Other example are vertebrates, hearts, or prey. Other example vertebrates, hearts, or prey. In plants also, the thorn and tendril of bougainvillea and cucurbita represent homology. Homology is based on the divergent evolution, whereas analogy refers to the situation exactly opposite wings of butterfly and birds look like they are not anatomically similar structure, though they perform similar function. Hence, analogous structure are result as a evolution. Convergent evolution. Different structure involving of the same function and hence having similarities. Other example of convergent evolution, different age structure involving for the same function and hence having similarities. As an example for analogy are the eye of octopus and of mammal or the flipper of penguin and dolphin. One can say that it is similar similar habitat that have resulted in the selection of similar adaptive features in the different group of organisms, but towards the same function. Sweet potato modification and potato extension is another example of analogy. Sweet potato system modification. बोगेनविला में थॉर्न है एंड कुकुरबिटा में टेंड्रिल है. मेन का हाथ, चीता का हाथ, whale का हाथ, बेट का सबका स्ट्रक्चर से members function different है. In the same line of the argument, similarities of protein and genes performing a given function among the diverse gives clue to common strain. Protein और genes के बारे में common strain पता है. These biochemical similarities point to the same shape, ancestry, and the structural similarities among diverse organisms. Man has bred as selected plant and animals for agriculture, horticulture, sports, or security. Man has domesticated many birds and crops. This intensive breeding program has created breeds that differ from other breeds, example dogs, but it still are the same groups. It is argued that if within 100 years man could create new breeds, could not have done the same over million another observation supporting evolution by natural selection from England in a collection of moths in 1850s. Before indexation undertaken, it was also that there were a more white moth on the dress than dark or melanized mark. However, in the collection carried out from the same area, but after indexation in 1950, there were more dark green moth in the same area, and that is the proportion was reserved. The explanation put forth for this observation was that the predator skills sport a moth against a contrasting background. During post-industrialization period, the trade become dark due to industrial smoke, and so under these conditions, the white winged moth did not survive due to predated dark wing melanized moth survived. Before industrialization set in, thick growth of almost white gray lichen covered that background. The white wing moth survived, but the dark colored moth picked out by the predator. Do you know that lichens have also been used as industrial pollution indicator? They will not grow in areas that are polluted and moth that were able to camouflage themselves, that is, hide in the background and survive. This understanding is supported by the fact that the area of the industrialization did not appear in rural areas on account of the was low. And this was shown that the mixed population, those that can better adapt, survive, and increase the population. But remember that no variant is completely wiped out. No variant is completely wiped out. No variant is completely wiped out. Could variant completely wiped out? Similarly, access of antibiotics is only resulted in the selection of resistant varieties is much lesser than scale. This is also true for microbes against which we employ antibiotics or drugs against eukaryotic. Hence, resistance organisms cells are appearing in a time scale of a month of year on and not century. This is an example of evolution by anthropogenic evolution. This related evolution is not a directed process in the sense of organism. It is a stochastic process based on chance of nature and chance of mutation in the organism. Evolution is stochastic process. What is adaptive evolution? During this journey, Darwin went to where Raptor was isolated. There he observed an amazing diversity of creatures of a particular small blackbirds, later called Darwin features, amazed him. Small black birds, small black birds, small black birds. He realized that there were many varieties of finches in the same island. All the varieties he conjectures evolved from the island itself. From the original seed-eating features, many other forms of with altered break arrows, enabling them to become insectivorous and vegetarian finches. This process of evolution of different species in a given geographical area is starting from a point and literally radiating to the other area of the geography. Is called adaptive radiation. This was a different species in a given geographical area starting from a point and literally radiating to the other area's geography habitat is called adaptive radiation. Darwin finches represents one of the best examples of the phenomenon. Another example is Mastropilia Island. A number of marsupial, each different from the other, evolved from an ancestral stock, but all within Australia and continent. When more than one adaptive variation appear to have occurred, in an island in geographical area represent different height, one can call convergent evolution. Convergent evolution. Present mammals in Australia also exhibit adaptive gradation in evolving into the varieties of such present mammals, each of which appears to be similar to the corresponding to marsupial, example, placental wolf and Tasmania wolf marsupial. Marsupial radiation. Marsupial radiation. Tasmania wolf बना marsupial से. Tiger cat बना. Bandit बना. And eater बना. Mutilated dead बना. Kangaroos बने. Wombat बने. Bandicoot बने. कोला बने. Marsupial mole बने. सुगर ग्लाइडर पर ठीक है एडेप्टिव रेडिएशन ऑफ मार्supial ऑस्ट्रेलिया का हुआ वो लोग एक ही जगह पे रहे और अपने खाने के हिसाब से अपने आप को चेंज कर तो इधर एडेप्टिव रेडिएशन वो लोग अपने आप को एडप्ट कर लिए उस जगह के हिसाब से okay. When more than one adaptive radiation appear to have occurred in an isolated geographic area, when more than one adaptive radiation occurred in an isolated geographical area representing different habitat, one can tell this convergent evolution. Convergent दो adaptive radiation एक साथ होंगे या दो से ज़्यादा एक साथ उसको convergent बोलेंगे. Present mammal in Australia also exhibit adaptive radiation. Present mammal in Australia also exhibit adaptive radiation in involving two varieties of such present mammals, each which appear to be similar to a corresponding marsupial. Placental wolf and Tasmanian wolf. Placental mammals on Australian marsupials. ये दोनों एक जगह साथ में डेवलप हुए इसको हम बोलेंगे convergent evolution. Example इसके हैं mole marsupial mole, anteater का new bed, anteater mouse marsupial mouse, lemur cuscus, flying squirrel, flying phalange, squirrel, bobcat, tiger cat, wolf, Tasmanian wolf, lemur cuscus, flying phalange, squirrel. Evolution management is true in a true sense would have started when cellular form of life with different in metabolic capability all changed on Earth. There is another Darwin theory about the evolution in natural selection. The rate of appearance of new form is linked to the life cycle of life. The microalgae has her ability to multiply and become millions of million thin horror. A colony of bacteria. Growing on a given medium must grow in a variation in terms of ability to live the feeder components. Change in the medium composition will bring out that part of the population that can survive under the new condition in the course of this collision out to the other appearance just the wood. This will happen within this for the same thing happen for fish or cow will take million of years as a span animals in here we should that fitness B is better than 800 new condition natural factor for fitness. This one must remember that the so-called fitness is based on characteristics which are inherited. Hence, there must be a genetic basis of genetic basis of getting selected and co-evolve. Another way of saying the same thing is the same. Organisms better adapted to survive in other while the hostile environment adaptive ability is inherited. It was a genetic basis. Fitness is the end result of ability to adapt and get selected by nature. Fitness is the end result of ability to adapt and get selected by nature. Branching research and natural selection are two key concepts of Darwin theory. Branching research and natural selection are two key concepts of Darwin theory. Even before Darwin, French naturalist Lamarck had said that evolution of life forms had occurred, but driven by use and disuse of organ. He gave the example of giraffes who, in an attempt of following leaves or On tall trees had to adapt elongated by their neck as they passed on this acquired character elongated neck to the succeeding generation. Giraffes slowly over the years came to the acquired long neck. Nobody believes this condition anymore. Is evolution and the process of process. The words we'll see in anime and animate is only the success stories of evolution. When we describe the story of this world, we describe evolution as a process. On the other hand, when we describe the story of life on Earth, we treat evolution as a consequence of process called natural selection. We are still not very clear whether to regard evolution or natural selection as a process or an end result of unknown process. It is possible that the work of Thomas Malthus on population influenced Darwin. Thomas Malthus on population influenced Darwin. Natural selection is based on certain observations which are factual. For example, natural resources are limited. Population are stable inside except from seasonal fluctuation. Number of population vary in characteristics. Catch an infant, no two individuals are alike. Even though they look superficially similar, most of variants are inherited. The fact that the severity of population will grow exponentially if everybody will maximally is this fact can be seen in bacterial population and fragmented population that in reality are limited. That means there had been competition for resources only for some, only some survived and queue at the cost of others that could not flourish. The novelty and present inside of Darwin involved he stated that the population which are inherited, which were inheritable and which make results which are better for few and reproduce the habit better will enable only those to reproduce and leave more progeny and for a period of time over many generations however will leave more progeny and there will be a change in population and characteristic and hence new forms appear to arise. Mechanism of evolution. What is the origin of this variation and how does speciation occur? Even though Mendel has talked the inherited factor influencing phenotype, um, inheritable factors influencing phenotype, that as an economic observation on capitalism in the first decade of science energy, we believe we have based on this work on evening primrose. Evening primrose. We believe various work on evening primrose. Both the fourth idea of mutation, large, large difference arising suddenly in a population. He believed that it is the mutation which causes evolution and not minor variation as able to Darwin talked about mutation are random and directionless, while Darwin variation are small and directional. Evolution for Darwin was visual, while Deaver is brief. The mutation called speciation and hence called citation, single state mutation. Studies in population genetic later brought out some clarity. Hardy Weber principle. In a given population, one can find out the frequency of occurrence of alleles or genes or locus. This frequency is supposed to be remain fixed and even remain the same through generation. Hardy-Weber principle stored it using algebraic expression. This principle said that allele frequency in the population are stable and is constant from the generation to generation. Gene pool, the gene pool total genes and their alleles in a population remain constant. This is called genetic equilibrium. Sum of total allele frequency is 1. Peak get higher and narrower. Stabilize. Peak directional. Two peaks destructive. Period by natural selection. Medium size of physical unfavorable. Individual frequency, for example, can be named PQ in a diploid, and PQ represents the frequency of allele A and A. The frequency of A in usually in population is P squared. This is the simplest idea, and the probability of an allele with the frequency A B appear both the corner for different areas. Simply the product of the population that is P squared. Similarly, A is Q square and A is 2PQ. Hence, 2 P square is equal to 2AP plus Q square equal to 1. This is a binomial expression People's cube and frequency method different from actual the difference the direction in between the direction of evaluation changes in genetic equilibrium or hiding the equilibrium that is change of frequency of alleles in a population of would then he interpreted as a result of equation. Moving by equilibrium, indicate that the extent of evolution change disrupt disturbance in genetic equilibrium or Hardy-Wingman equilibrium, that is, change of frequency of alleles in population would have been interpreted as resulting in evolution change in frequency interpreted as resulting in evolution. Five factors are known to affect Hardy-Wingman. This gene migration, gene flow, genetic mutation, and genetic recombination and natural selection. When migration of a section of population to another place and population occurs, gene frequency change in original as well as a new population. New genes alleles are added to the gene population and these are lost from old population. There will be a gene flow if this gene migration happen multiple times if the same gene occur by chance, it's called genetic drift. By chance is genetic drift. जीन फ्लो होता है if gene migrate. By chance होता है genetic drift. Sometimes changes in allele frequency is so different in new sample of a population that they become different. So the original drifted population becomes founder and effect is called founder effect. Microbial experiments show that pre-existing advantage of mutation when selected will result in observation of new phenotypes over few generations. This will result in speciation. Natural selection is a process in which heritable variation enabling better survival or enable to reproduce and leave greater number of population. A critical analysis makes us believe that variation due to mutation or variation due to the recombination during gametogenesis or due to gene flow or genetic drift result in change frequency of gene and allele in future generation. Gene flow or genetic drift result change frequency of genes and allele in future generation. Compared to enhanced reproductive success, natural selection makes it look like different population. Natural selection can lead to the stabilizing in which more individuals acquire mean character. That means more individuals acquire value other than mean character. Or destructive, more individuals acquire peripheral character value at both ends of the distribution curve. A brief account of evolution about 2000 million ago to be a first cell life form appeared on Earth. The mechanism of how long the aggregate of a giant macromolecules could evolve into the cell with membranes is not known. Some of these cells had ability to release odor. The reaction could have been similar to the light reaction in a photosynthesis, where water is split in by the help of the solar energy. Solar energy captured and channelized by the appropriate light harvesting pigment. Slowly single cell organism become multicellular life form. By the time of 500 million years ago, invertebrates were formed and active. Jellyfish probably evolved around 350 million years ago. Seaweeds and few plants. Few plants existed probably around 320 million years ago. We are told that the first organism that independently looked at plants. They were widespread on land when animal invaded land. Fish stopped without and strong fins could have moved on land and go back to the water. This about 350 million years ago. In 1938, a fish caught in South Africa happened to the coalescence was thought to be extinction. This animal called low fins evolved into the first amphibian that lives on both land and water. There is no specimen of this left with us. However, these ancestors were modern day frogs and salamanders. The amphibians evolved into reptiles. They lack thick shelled eggs. which do not dry up in sun, unlike those of amphibians. Again, we only see their modern day descendants, the turtles, turtles, and crocodiles. Example: Silurian, Gabrielian, Carboniferous, Permian, Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous, or Quaternary. Cenozoica, Quaternary, Tertiary, and Mesozoica, Triassic, Jurassic, or Cretaceous, or Paleozoica, Silurian, Devonian, or Carboniferous, or Permian. Angiosperm, flowering plant of monocotyledon, dicotyledon, silphium, progymnosperm, Psilopsiphyton, Rhino, Neotype, Trichotype, Chlorotype, Coniferous, Ginkgo, Ferns. Crustacea, पेड़ पे डायनासोर एक्सटेंड हो गए थे क्वाटरनेरिया भी चल रहा है सीनोजॉइक है जुरासिक ट्रायसिक परमिनेंस सिनेप्सिक थेराप्साइड in next 200 million years or so reptiles of different reptiles of different sizes and abdominal giant forms pteridophytes were present, but they all failed to form ovidipolar slowly. Some of these land reptiles went back into water and to evolve into fish-like reptiles probably 200 million ago. Thymus. The land reptiles were of course the dinosaur. The biggest of them is the Tyrannosaurus rex, was about 20 feet in height and had a huge fearsome dagger teeth. About 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs suddenly disappeared on Earth. When we do not know the true reason, some say climate change killed them, some say the most of them evolved into the birds. The truth may be live in between. Small size and reptiles of that era still exist. The first members were like shrimps. Their fossils are small size. Mammals are viviparous and protected their unborn young inside the mother's body. Mammals were more intelligent in parenting animals than their actually. When reptiles come down, the mammals shoot over the earth. They were in South American mammals resembling horse, hippo, South American mammals resembling horse, hippopotamus, bear, rabbits, etc. Due to continental drift, when South America joined North America, these animals were overridden by North American fauna. Hippocampus, North American fauna. Due to some continental drift, pouch of mammals of Australia survived because of lack of competition from any other mammals. Due to continental when South America joined North America, these animals were overridden by North American fauna. Overridden by North American fauna. Due to some continental pouch of mammals of Australia survived because of lack of competition from any other mammals. Lest we forget some mammals while live wholly in water, whales, dolphins, seals, and sea cows are some examples. Evolution of all serpent, dogs, etc. is based on stories of evolution of a man with language skill and self-consciousness. A rough sketch of the evolution of a life forms and their times of evolutionary skill are indicated in figure 6.9 and 6.10. About 15 million years ago, primates called Trioptics and Ramapithecus were existing. They were hairy and walked like gorillas and chimpanzees. Ramapithecus was more man-like. Brachiothecus was more ape-like. Few fossils of men, like bones, have been described in Ethiopia and Tanzania. This revealed hominid features leading to believe that about 3 to 4 million ago, man-like primates walked in Eastern Africa. They were probably not taller than 4 feet but walked upright. 2 million ago, Australopithecus probably lived in East African grassland. Evidence shows they hunted with a strong weapon but essentially ate food. Australopithecus ate fruit करते थे, hunt करते थे. Some of the bones among the bones discovered were different. This creature was called first human-like being hominid and was called Homo habilis. Homo habilis. First human-like hominid was called Homo habilis. Human-like hominid is Homo habilis. The brain capacity varied between 650 to 800 cc. They probably did not eat meat. Fossils discovered in Java 1891 revealed the next stage, that is Homo erectus about 1.5 million ago. Homo erectus about 1.5 million ago. Homo erectus had a large brain around 900 again. CC. Homo erectus probably ate the Netherlands man with brain size of 14,000 cc. Netherlands man with brain size lived in near and central Asia between 1 lakh to 40,000 years back. They uses heights to protect their body and will be dead. Now Homo sapiens arose in Africa and moved to the other continent and developed into the distinct characters. Homo sapiens. During Ice Age, 75,000 to 10,000 years ago, modern Homo sapiens arose. Pre-existing cave art developing about 18,000 years ago. One such painting by prehistoric human can be seen in Bhimbetka rock shelter in Raizen district of Madhya Pradesh. Agriculture came around 10,000 years back and human settlements started. The rest of what is happened in a part of human history of growth and decline of civilization. The origin of life on Earth can be attributed only against the background of origin universe. The Earth is the most scientifically studied chemical evolution and that is the formation of the biology preceding the appearance of the first cellular life form. The subsequent event as what happened to the first of primal continuing the dark ideas of organic evolution by natural selection diversity of life form on Earth has been changing over millions of years. It is generally believed that the variation in the population is variable between other phenomena like habitat fragmentation, mass, and Ncert. This variation leading to the appearance of new species and enhanced evolution. Homology is accounted for by the idea of pricing different and study comparatively anatomy, fossils and comparative biochemistry provides evidence of evolution. Among the stories of evolution, individual species, the story of evolution of modern man most interesting and appear to parallel to evolution of modern human is most interesting and appear to parallel evolution of human brain and language.